what would be the most exciting outcome to see on the other side of this in a couple of months? What do we think? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I can start and just sort of say, I mean, modeling audio is difficult, and it's difficult because there's a lot of information packed into a single second. There's like tens of thousands of samples, single individual predictions that need to be made every single second. And that makes it really hard to characterize and model. So you have to use like the newest and most innovative kinds of techniques in neural networks and machine learning. That isn't likely to be how it will always be. Presumably, there will be methods that figure out how to model and characterize these sorts of challenging snippets of audio, and that's going to enable us to do even harder multimodal stuff in the future. And so I really hope that this kind of data set is like exciting and inspiring to people to say, oh, maybe we could do this, and then maybe we could make this innovation so we don't need as big of a model. We could get by with this number of parameters, but transform the data in this way so that we can structure it and understand what's happening underneath it. And by kind of shaping the data in a way that inspires those kind of creative associations, I see a pathway to innovation that will then, allow us to do exciting multi-mode audio, video, text, and everything at once.
Something I'm very excited about is the fact that audio, in some sense, audio data is a bit less sexy for a scientific paper than image or textual data. And for one of the main reasons is that it's actually impossible to visualize this data. Like in the sense that, how do you put in a paper? How do you put in a paper your data? Like, you can show images, you can show pieces of text. How do you put audio in the paper? And so it makes, the kind of the audio thing a bit less accessible. And so for me, the blue sky would be sort of like a revolution where the format of publication makes like this data format more accessible. So like, for instance, where we could allow to put audio sample within the paper for people to listen to the data, because we are doing this a lot. Data scientists, we are looking at the data, we are looking at the images, we figure out like how we clean it, etc. There is this like iterative process all the time, like going back and forth, like data modeling, etc. If it's harder to visualize the data, it's harder to do the modeling too. And so like the blue sky would be a world where like the audio data is as accessible as the visual data.